Nam yo ho ning ge cho 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 nam yo ho ning ge.
Hi, I'm Margaret. For those of you who are new to this vlog, this is where we apply Buddhist philosophy and practice to the issues of everyday life. Today, our topic is going to be, do you feel undeserving of your goal? What can you do? Our question today is as follows. How do you chant when you feel undeserving of your goal? I have lofty ambitions, but don't have the confidence to be what I'm chanting to become. For example, let's say I'm chanting to be a top businessman, but then realize I don't have the confidence to network or to lead a team. Should I be chanting to become a top businessman, or should I be chanting for the confidence that goes into being a businessman? This undeserving question is really, really important to address and surmount because we get what we feel we deserve. So, what can you do? Well, to begin, take an inventory of your skills and abilities and talents and recognize that you have a great deal to offer. Then plan to do something every day to upgrade and seek improvement on a daily basis. You don't have to spend a lot of time, but do something. Your self-esteem will grow as you grow. 2, identify the source of your negativity about yourself. If you're feeling angry and hopeless, identify the thought that made you feel that way. Rather than dwelling on the negative, look for the positive in the situation. There is always something positive, as there's something to learn in every situation that comes up. 3, remember what you've learned from Buddhism. When you first came into the practice, you learned that you have a Buddha nature. So what does this mean exactly? It means that at your core, you are one with the dynamic creative energy of the universe itself. When you think about it, that's huge. Through this practice and through taking on one goal after another, we come to understand what incredible beings we are, although we may not believe it at the beginning. Being positive is more powerful than being negative, so climb back on track and start focusing on the positive in your situation. So, how do you set a goal then, if you've been feeling this way? In Faith into Action, Daisaku Ikeda says, if you immediately set to climb a high peak without preparation, the challenge would be beyond you. You might be forced to abandon your ascent, losing your way, or even suffering altitude sickness. It might be better to first attempt a goal suited to your level. Now, no one wants to give up their ambitions. So let's see how we can keep them, but also not be overwhelmed by them. So step 1, have a purpose in mind, your lofty goal. This is your intention. Now you're going to want it to develop clarity about it. So be as specific as you can about what that looks like. It will clarify what you're aiming for. Doing this provides an initial blueprint for the universe. It's not written in stone and can be modified if at any time. If it's going to be your business, what kind of business would it be? What is your product? How do you see yourself functioning in that business? How much money do you want to make? How big do you want your business to be? Now, if you're thinking about someone else's business that you're working in, what do you want your role to be? What would you be doing? What skills would you need to master in order to be able to do it? As you clarify your thinking about your business, you may find that there are parts of the business that you don't really want to do or don't yet have the skills to do. You may find that you are of two minds about your role. If this is the case, in step 2, chant for clarity and a way to work in the business that fits you and your interests and abilities. You're in charge here. The universe isn't going to surprise you with something that you can't handle. You're also going to find that as you take one step and then another, that your business and what you want to do with it will develop in an organic way as you gain experience and direction. Step 3, chant for the first step toward your overall purpose. The universe will take you one step at a time toward your goal. At each step, you may find you have a skill to learn, a fear to surmount, confidence to build, adjustments to make, or faith to build. You may find that your negative beliefs are holding you back, and you need to change the beliefs you were taught about what you're capable of, or maybe negative beliefs about what successful people are like or about money. These are your steps of human revolution, your stepping stones to enlightenment, or Buddhahood itself. When you handle these changes in bite-sized pieces, rather than taking on the whole kit and caboodle at once, your goal will become doable. Step 4, chant for the confidence to handle the first step. Chant until you feel confident, and then take the action required by the first step. If you have to surmount a fear, chant for courage. And then when you feel courage, take the action. Overcoming those fears will help you build confidence in a big way. Step 5, when you've taken action toward the first step, the next step will appear. The universe never shows us the entire path all at once. Ever. It's as though we can see to a corner and no further. But once we take the steps to that corner, then we can see the next segment of the path. When you take steps one at a time, you'll build the confidence and skills you need as you go along. Remember, there is no rush. If you look at how the universe works in nature, nothing gets built quickly. Everything happens at just the right time. And you can trust that that same thing will happen as you chant for your goal. If you find at some point you've made a mistake, that this goal isn't for you, that's fine. You've learned something. So just re-envision your goal until it fits who you are. If you're developing a business, it's going to fit you and your particular strengths. As every creative endeavor we have reflects the person who does it. And remember oneness of self and environment. If you hold your lofty goal, your intention in mind, you're going to find one day that it has showed up while you were focusing on the steps. And step 6, find a role model. Leaders don't arrive fully developed. They grow into leaders one step at a time. Find a role model who's done what you want to do and apply the lessons they model, particularly their mindset. In your Buddhist practice, you have role models. For example, in daily encouragement for today and tomorrow, Ikeda has many daily encouragements which would apply to the mindset of someone developing a business. They would include how not to let other people talk you out of being true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Continue until you've accomplished your goal, and many others. And then look at Ikeda himself and how he built the Gakkai in the human revolution. How he used his chanting practice to accomplish the steps leading up to his goal of building the organization. There's also a lot on the behavior of leaders and how to treat the people you're working with in faith into action. In summary, we've looked at steps to take if you're feeling undeserving of your goal. Then we examined how to set a lofty goal and discussed how to break it down into bite-sized pieces so you can develop the abilities and skills needed to realize your larger, lofty goal. If you like this blog, share it with others. And subscribe to future vlogs on YouTube and also on my website. It's important that you do sign up on my website because YouTube is now talking about how to handle things differently, and I don't want to lose connection with you. Here are some other vlogs you might like. What's stopping you from moving forward? The second one, do you know why it's important to set a positive goal? The third, are you unsure about how to chant about a complex problem? And as always, I really look forward to your comments, and as you know, they're providing the questions that I'm addressing in this blog, so please keep them coming. I really, really enjoy reading them. And I'll see you in 2 weeks.